Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. Today is the first video that actually has me bringing plants outdoors. These are lettuces that I started about 3 weeks ago indoors, and I'm going to plant them into 1.5 2 cubic foot bags of garden soil, and I'm going to show you how to do this. It's a really effective way to grow your greens. Now, lettuces, greens, if you're not familiar, can take a light frost. The leaves can actually freeze and they'll be perfectly fine. They're cool weather crops, so they do love the cool weather. However, here in Maryland, it's still getting into the low 20s and even sometimes the teens. Soon it will be spring. Soon I'll be out into my garden. But you can use vases, inverted vases, as cloches. You can see the large cloche right there. Some of you may recognize that. It's the one that I use to start my beefsteaks that I challenged Callie Kim to a beefsteak grow-off, and I did win. I'm not bragging or anything, but we'll see how year 2 goes. And for the second year, we're going to have another person join us. We're going to have Jess from Roots and Refuge. We're also going to have any subscriber that wants to join in be able to participate and connect with us through social media. All those rules will be coming out really within the next month or so. But I want to show you how you can use these garden bags to grow greens, especially when it's cool out. So first thing you want to do is on one side, you're just going to poke 5 holes on the top side. Flip it over. Those are your drainage holes. You never want water to be surrounding your roots of your vegetables. You're going to cut the top out. We're going to transplant these greens. Let me set up the camera so I can use both hands, and I'll just show you how I do the whole process. So again, make sure you have drainage holes on the underside, at least 5 of them, and you're just going to cut the top of the bag off. Don't cut so low that the dirt is going to fall out into the ground. When the season gets warmer, we're going to reuse this and fill up some raised beds. You're just going to break it up. We're going to feed this with any water-soluble fertilizer. And the reason that we start these indoors is because it's still too cold here. Maryland Zone 7, still getting, 30-degree nights. I just wanted to cut in real quick and clarify. In Maryland Zone 7, we're still getting 30-degree days. Even though the lettuces love the cool weather, that's kind of too low for them to really germinate. The nights are still falling into the 20s. At times, we still might get something at, 19 degrees. So you start the cool weather vegetables, the lettuces indoors, get them germinated, let them grow about 3 weeks, get them used to the outdoors over about 4 or 5 days, and then you can just put them right outside. If you put the seeds out now, it's going to take a while for them to germinate. You might as well do it inside. This way they'll start producing more quickly for you. So I start them indoors, I get them germinated. These should have really gone out last week, but I forgot I had to acclimate them to the weather. So when you're growing something indoors, they're not used to the cold, they're not used to the UV rays, so I had to get them used to the outdoors. And I'm just going to pop out the lettuce plugs. 10, 15, 20 seeds in here. Again, growing it for cut and come again lettuce. We'll let it do its thing in here, and I'll just cut the leaves off when I want to use them. Nothing fancy, just dropping them in there. You could put 3 or 4 in a row depending on the size of your vases. And this is all we're going to do. Drop this over. This will keep them warm. The only thing you have to worry about is if you're going to have a full sunny day and the temperatures are going to get into the 50s, you may want to remove this so it doesn't overheat in there. But because it's so cold still, that's usually not an issue. And also if it's a nice day, you can remove these and just let them get a normal amount of sunshine. It's really simple. Let's give it another quick. So I wanted to cut in again because you know that I like to experiment. It's been 48 hours since I shot the beginning of this video, so they've had 2 nights of freezing temperatures. It got down to about 28 degrees. The first day it was full sun, 52-degree days, and actually today it got almost close to 52, but it was partly sunny. You can see the plants that weren't protected by the inverted vases got really damaged by the sun, the UV rays, and by the cold. And the sun will bleach your plants. So if you spend a lot of time growing these indoors, doing a great job, you have to acclimate them to the outdoors. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I'll talk more about that. But the plants under the vases are doing really well. They were protected from the sun, the UV rays, they were protected from the cold. And the reason being is because some of the glass is thicker. That will stop the UV rays from coming in, but moisture also filled up the inside, so it probably scattered the UV rays, and the plants are getting a chance to acclimate. So this is a great way to use these inverted vases to get your cool weather crops used to the sun. You could also drop seed down here and then just put one over here and try it that way too. If you're growing from seed, of course, your plants don't have to get used to the outdoors because they're going to grow right into the sun, right into the cold. But you can see the damage. Just a couple of tips. If you want to do this more for protecting your plants from the ultraviolet rays, a nice thick vase that will kind of reflect the light, UV rays in different places. The thinner vases may be more prone to letting in intense light, but when you put them on here, moisture does condense on the inside, so that is some protection. The thicker vases will also give more warmth to your plants if it's colder in your areas. If you're worried about them getting oxygen, just take this off for about that long each day and air will get inside of there. Again, these are great for temperatures that are in the mid to upper 20s, low 30s at night when you have a frost and freeze coming, and perfect for when the days are in the 30s, 40s, low 50s. As you get to full sun days, higher in the upper 50s and the 60s, you have to be careful that these don't create too much heat and damage your cool weather crops. Planting. If you start these indoors, you know, it might take you 20 minutes to get these all set up, and then you can just pop them out here in about 2 or 3 weeks. And that's all you really need to do to get this started. Going to need one more vase. I'll grab that in a second. We're also going to water this in. I'm going to set up one more, come back, show you how to do this. But if you check out Roots and Refuge's channel, Jess did a video about 3 months ago on how to grow lettuce just like this using the bottom of a storage box, a clear bottom of a storage box. And you can grow lettuce all winter long for about 20 bucks. And I think 700,000 views shows you how successful that video was. So I'll put the link in there, check that out. You don't need to use something like this. You can just get a clear bottom box, one of those storage boxes that are usually more, not totally clear, but translucent. Drop it on here and you can grow your greens all season long. Okay, one more to set up. And it's just that easy and quick. I have 40 plugs of lettuce, about 10, 15 lettuce seeds in each plug. You could divide them too if you wanted to, if you want leaves that are going to be a little bit bigger. But this is also an experiment in my area because I have a lot of deer, so I'm leaving some uncovered. See what rabbits, what deer come by. Just water it in with your favorite water-soluble fertilizer. It's alright to water it in with the vases over the top. So again, this summer, well, starting in the spring, we're going to start the red beefsteak contest again. We're also going to do a contest along with it where the goal is to grow the largest tomato, so you can use any variety you want. As a subscriber, you are welcome. Please check out Kim at Callie Kim and Jess at Roots and Refuge. I don't know why I can't say that. Roots and Refuge. And give them a little smack talk for Team the Rusted Garden. They are going to compete with me, and we'll compete against each other and with other subscribers, and it should be a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please check out my seed shop at www.therustedgarden.com, and also check out my other YouTube videos. Thanks for watching.